For question 2, part 2, I'm doing missing size of group, and the first one I did missing number of groups. So for this one, we are going to start by labeling which one is the number of groups and which one's the size of groups. Now, as we know from previous, it is 200 is the number of groups and 12 is the size of groups. So, but it's base 6, so we have to remember that. So, for this one, we are going to start by doing that, and then we are going to draw our measurements of what a long or a single, long, and flat look like in base 6, just like we have with our previous questions. So we're going to start by drawing out 1 for what our measurement for 1 is, and it's going to be 1 single. Our measurement for 10 is going to be 6 singles put together, because that is what a long is. And then our 100, our flat, is going to be 6 longs put together. So now we're going to start by drawing out what 200 base 6 is, and that is 2 flats. And then we are going to break that down into longs. So 1 flat in base 6 means that it is 6 longs. So right here we have 2 flats. So we know that 6 plus 6 is 12. So we are going to draw out 6 longs. And then we are going to break that down into singles. So then we are going to draw out 1 single, 2 single, 3 single, 4 single, 5 single, 6 single for each long. So that means we're going to have 12 lines of 6 singles. Then what I did next was I then went to represent what 12 was in base 6. So that is 1 long, because it's in the tens place, and then 2 singles. In base 6, that is equal to 6 singles. So then we're going to see, or 8 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that was my bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then now that we have the 200 base 6 in singles right here, and we know that 8 singles goes into 12 base 6, we are going to draw circles around those groups. So we're going to count out 8, and then we're going to circle those, and then we're going to count out 8, and we're going to circle those, 8, circle those, 8, circle those. So that's 1 group, 2 group, 3 group, 4 group, 8, 5 groups, 8, 6 groups. So we know that when we get to 6 that we have to regroup. So we know that that is 1 flat. So then we're going to go right here. We're just going to keep that in the back of our head, though. We're not going to do that again. We're not going to do that right now. We're going to figure that out later. So then we're going to keep going. So then there's a group of 8, that's 7. A group of 8, that's 8. A group of 8, that's 9. But like I said before, we know that once we get to 6, that we have to regroup. So right now we're going to regroup all of these groups, individual groups, together. So when we get to 6, we're going to stop, and we're going to know that that's a flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 1 flat right here. And now we're going to see how many other groups we have. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 1 flat and 3 longs, and that is equal to 13. So 13 groups of 8 singles goes into 200 base 6.